Okay, so I want to show you how I made my little rose petal rosette. So you can use one of these vegetable peelers like this, or you can use one like this. So I've had my butter in the refrigerator so it will get nice and cold. You can put it in the freezer if you want it to last a little bit longer while you're working with it, but the petals are a little more difficult to form. So you just take your peeler and you just go down in the stick of the butter like that, and you make your little slices. And then we'll start forming our petals from that. You may have to use a fork or something, you know, to kind of hold it in place. They don't have to be perfect because you can easily mold them together. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and make the little center piece. And then you'll want to stick it onto your base like that. And this will be our beginning point. Okay, so you just take a little piece of the butter, just kind of wrap it around, and then you want to stick this onto the bottom of your base. It's a little time consuming, but it's fun to do. It's really easier to make a coronation than it is a rosette. So that's probably what this is going to end up being, the coronation. It was very cold this morning. I think it was about 29 when I woke up. But then I had to run over to the grocery store and I realized, wow, the sun is out and it's probably going to reach about 40 degrees today, which is awesome. Running out of room to hold on to the butter. Need a couple more slices. I'm going to spread that out and make it look just beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to take the tip of the fork and just kind of spread it out. Like I said, this one is starting to look more like a coronation than a rosette. Just kind of separate the little pieces of butter. Make your little flower petals out of it. how pretty? Okay, so I'm going to decorate it with a little powdered sugar. I'm going to make the honey cinnamon topping like you get when you go to the steak houses for their homemade breads. I just have a little powdered sugar here. Just going to add a little tiny bit of milk to that because the honey is very thick. I really didn't measure it. I guess that's probably about a teaspoon of powdered sugar or a tablespoon. Just kind of blend it together with your honey, and then we'll sprinkle some cinnamon in it and drizzle it over. This is going to be lumpy because I had it sitting out. I measured it before I went to the grocery store and didn't cover it, so now it's kind of lumpy, but that's okay. Doesn't hurt to get a lump of sugar in your mouth. It's delicious, huh? Okay, so we just got us a little honey. Put some cinnamon in it. This is going to be delicious. Just depends on what you're serving the butter on top of. If you're serving it on top of a filet mignon, then you could put any kind of sprinkled onion powder or garlic powder or however you want to flavor it. I'm going to add a little tiny bit more honey. This honey and sugar is so delicious. You could even spread it over the top of cornbread. Make you like a dessert out of cornbread. Okay, so you just kind of drizzle it over your rosette or cornationette. This looks more like a carnation. Like I said, you could probably mold some, if you wanted to make yourself a rose, then you could probably just put a little tiny speck of red food coloring on top of your butter. So there we go, our beautiful carnation topped with cinnamon honey sauce. And then I made one for a filet mignon or a baked pepper, and I just sprinkled a little black pepper on this, a baked potato. I was looking at the pepper and thought, baked pepper.